when you look at the fact that you didn't need to privately um, take gain from the public title, and the public title could have remained on its own, and you would have lived your life, and everything would have remained under the public and not been, a privately billed charge to you for the crossover of the two titles. Um, you would have saw it that that's a very unselfish direction for someone to take, to go and leave everything under the public. No debt attached. Certainly, you'd be a good guy, not the people that they're chasing all the time for what they're doing with the public title. The Look at it as unselfish, but also no greed involved. The last name is a charge name, and when you take it privately, that's an agreed charge. You've agreed to carry the charge. So you're the guy that gets electrocuted in the deal. They ground the charge on you because you said you'd take the charge. So when they slap hands, they always go agreed. You couldn't have something selfish going on without agreed going on, two hands slapping. So it's an absolute consensual thing happening. You just agreed to pay the charge that wasn't yours. And why would a group of evil not be happy having people pay for something that's not their debt? They love it. They go, I hope there's another sucker born tomorrow that's going to do this. So they know that a new sucker is born every day that's going to be induced into the same situation because the parents are going to train them down the same direction until truth wakes up. And when truth wakes up, well, you're about to pull your spirit out of there and you won't be the carrier anymore. But isn't it interesting that right now, this whole conversation and what we've talked about in subject matter is all about election. The scripture said, make your election sure, of course, in with respect to believers choosing Jesus Christ, making their election sure with God. Did you make your election sure following the legal system? Did you elect to take on an evil, unnecessary debt that wasn't required? Well, yes, consent makes the contract and makes the agreement. So when you see what's going on right now, all the people that are basically, let's just say, taking some interesting medical treatment that's unnecessary, they're electing to do it by consent. They even sign a consent form. So they're electing to be the carrier of, we'll just call it a disease. We'll leave it at that. I'm being careful on my words here. I think most people know what I'm saying in these videos. We're here to make sure the videos stay up, and I'm going to be basically wise as a serpent, peaceful as a dove, as the scripture said. So their plan is that you would continue to be the carrier. So you're a private carrier handling their public charge, and as long as you're going to do that, they're going to put their public charge into your body. And that's how this is working right now. So all the people that you're surrounded with right now that have, been, shall we say, further duped into, we'll just say, consenting to take something foreign into their body, it's happening to them based on their own choice and election. So this is like elective surgery. You're electing to have it done, and they're not putting guns to anybody's head, at least not the way I see it, at least not here in Canada. People seem to be just walking right up and lining up for their execution. So it's a consent, and that's the way it's going to go all the way to the end until God closes the door of opportunity to escape. And that's God's timing on that. But we're definitely in the timing now of us seeing the realization of prophecy. So remember, the people that you see around you are all electing by free will and choice to take what they're taking. And it's eventually going to lead up to them being the carrier of what eventually will be the final end game of something that is not natural, very foreign, going into their body, so that they ultimately become the host or the carrier of something that is not right, not from God. And then that will be the abomination that causes desolation standing in the holy place. Because you, in your body, is the temple of God. So when you allow something unholy from Satan in there, from evil, well then you're doing that by your own consent. So hopefully you can see the patterns that are happening right now, and hopefully this is resonating with truth, and that you will see the final outcome, what is in store for those who don't heed the warnings.